the British way of life is supposed to be quite liberal. It's not actually. It's you scratch the surface, and they don't like it, because then there was the one British way of life. You know, the businessmen did still wear bowler hats and carry foiled umbrellas, and and that was the way of life. And if you challenged it at all, then they really were upset. I mean, it took a long time before the ideas of the 60s became normal. I mean, people forget that certainly when I moved up to London, there really were signs on the doors of boarding houses saying, no Irish, no blacks, no dogs, and all this kind of thing. I mean, incredible racism, incredible sexism. All of that's changed, and I think a lot of it was because of of what happened in the 60s. Not just the underground. I mean, obviously it was the whole of the population must have been behind many of those moves, otherwise it wouldn't have happened. I mean, the fact that homosexuality was made legal in '67, for instance, was nothing much to do with the underground. It was much more of a widespread campaign throughout society. But those were very, very good years, and it was a particularly good time to be young, particularly if you were in the music business, let's say, because the growth of British rock and roll in the 60s was fantastic and led the world. If you were an artist, I mean, the English pop art scene surrounding Peter Blake and Pauline Boty and Alan Jones, all those people, I mean, it was a very, very interesting scene. And I was very, very fortunate and privileged to happen to go to art college and then get involved in the whole scene. So hard to say whether one, was the 60s better than the 70s or 80s? Well, yeah, I think it probably was in retrospect. It seems like every 40 years there is a period of tremendous creative activity in society, and I happen to coincide with a really good one. So with a bit of luck, there's another one coming up as we speak.